Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the My Life for Iacocca channel. I have some more StarCraft action for you today. This is a 2 versus 2 on the map Tempest between the Teal Terran Bernanke, the Purple Terran ATownStomp, the Blue Protoss Trollface, and the Red Zerg StarKomrad. A little bit of smack talk going on in the game right now with the usual GLGLs from StarKomrad. First Overlord flying south to see if Bernanke and ATown are down there. He won't be successful. We have a blue probe going out now for Trollface, building a pylon at the ramp. Just a little bit questionable, seeing as there's no Zerg, and this could be easily sniped by a Marine Marauder push. So as we get going here, you may remember Bernanke from a previous video. A pretty decent Terran. I'd say about probably mid-platinum to high platinum level. Maybe Diamond 1v1. Pretty decent, and new to this channel is ATownStomp, Purple Terran, new to the StarCraft community. You know, a bit of an up-and-comer, but his micro is not where it could be, especially when you look at some of the other players I cast on this channel. So throwing down his supply depot at the ramp right now, part of the standard blocking, especially of his Zerg on the map. Bernanke also throwing down his supply depot before setting his SCV out to scout, followed up by a quick barracks at 12. The Zerg, no spawning pool yet, just droning up to 15. Has that other Overlord going out to the top right, so they will actually scout Bernanke and ATownStomp last. Gateway coming up now for Trollface and an Assimilator of 14, pretty standard opening for the Protoss. ATownStomp now getting his barracks on the opposite corner to leave room for that add-on right there. Drone coming in finally to scout, sees the barracks going down, is going to try to pick off this SCV. Keeps changing though, so the drone will have to keep being microed. Bernanke brings another SCV off the line. Is he going to get this drone? The drone now running, leaving that SCV to continue building. Refinery up for Bernanke now, also up for ATownStomp. Cybercore going down for Trollface. Nothing coming out of the gateway yet. Just sitting at 14 probes though, not making probes. Now he's making a 15 and 16. Grabbing his second gas quite early. Might be doing some kind of tech build here, or maybe going straight to DTs. This is probably going to be scouted. No, the second assimilator is not scouted by Bernanke. Just gets in, sees the Cybercore, and leaves. Fast expand going down for StarKomrad. The pool is done. Getting gas at 70. Will probably research Ling speed then once he gets to 100 gas. A little more smack talk going on. Both ATown and Bernanke. Bit of miscommunication here. Both scouting the same base at the same time. Waste of a worker. Waste of scouting time. Bernanke coming in here. Does he see the forge? Not quite sure. He's coming back in now, and yes, he will spot it. He will spot the second gas. At this point, Bernanke may think something's up. He's only got one unit coming out of the gateway. Hasn't seen any units on the field right now. Not researching warp gate tech. Definitely should be a sign that something's going on. 2 barracks now down for Bernanke. Throwing down tech lab on one of them. 2 Marines already out. Just 1 barracks for A-Town. Choosing to wall in with supply depots the rest of the way. This is very vulnerable to a bailing bus. Gets out the Marauder, but nothing researching in the tech lab quite yet. Both Terrans have orbitals. Nothing being researched on Trollface's forge right now. This Protoss is actually quite confusing. I'm not sure where he's going here. Just pumping out single zealots, not researching warp gate tech. And there goes the second gateway, but not using that forge for really anything either. He's not building cannons to build up his defense. He's not researching ground weapons or ground armor level 1. Not really sure what's going on there. The Zerg expansion is up with a couple of drones. He's getting lair tech right now, not producing a second queen. Has not researched Ling speed, even though he's pulled the drones off the extractor. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Maybe he just wanted to get lair tech, but you're going to also need gas if you want to get roach speed eventually, and roaches. So I would keep those drones on the gas. Now we have a command center going up for Bernanke. He feels like it's a safe time to expand, having scouted out the Protoss. Knows that there's really no 4-gate coming anywhere soon. It's 6 minutes already. All he has is 2 zealots, soon to be 3 zealots. No warp gate research, and nothing from the forge. No cannons, no tech, and there's a robo going down right now. Still, even if he's going 2-gate robo, warp gate research could have been done in about another minute if he spent like 2 chrono boosts on it, and it would have helped his gateway unit's production. Zerg, lair tech almost done. Roach Warren is now up. Drones are back on gas, hopefully to get that gas for roach speed and roaches. Queen coming out of the expansion. Factory up for ATownStomp, getting siege tech and a tank. Just marauders from the barracks and the tech lab, but no concussive shells. Could come back to haunt him. No stim pack either. Bernanke just producing a Reaper out of the tech lab. He's going to use this to scout 2 Marines from the barracks of reactor, a couple of idle SCVs though in the main, some residual energy on the CC not being used for a mule. Probably will choose to mule out this expansion once the command center lands. And let's see what's going on. Now researching concussive shells, as if he heard me. ATownStomp, finally, so crucial against Protoss armies, being able to slow down those gateway units, kite the zealots a little bit better. Siege tank research, or siege mode research, mind you, almost done. Another barracks with a reactor going down, so it looks like he'll be pumping Marines as well. Bit of a push here from both Terrans, taking the middle tower. Doesn't look like the other team has anything to do with this now. 2 queens at the expansion and a spine crawler, but I don't see any roaches down here. No roaches up here. An infestation pit and an evo chamber. An expo going down for Trollface right now, with a couple of gateways up. Here we go. Here's the push. Couple of Marines and Marauders poking in here, enough to drive the drones and queens out. Those queens will make their slow retreat back to the base. This Overlord sitting here watching for drops, but there's no drop play coming. Neither player has a starport yet. 4 zealots just running around the base. Trollface is really scared about some kind of potential action over here on his side of the base. Robogsbay going up now. He's trying to do this on one base. Expo just coming up now, but he's been saving up so much gas. His macro has slipped immensely. If we take a look at the units tab, only 19 probes for Trollface. Not what you want to have, especially when you're pumping out an Expo. You want to have at least a surplus of saturation here in your name so you can transfer workers over. The Robo Bay has finished, not researching Colossus range, not pumping Colossus or Immortals. Warpgate research just finishing up at 9 minutes and 20 seconds. And those 3 zealots are just running around this map kind of aimlessly. The Expo here took a beating in that attack from Bernanke and ATownStomp. A couple roaches and spine crawlers here, so the Zerg is turtling up and not mining from it. Every second that Zerg is not mining from this Expo is a win for the 2 Terrans. We're now setting up in the middle with siege tanks. We have a starport coming down for Bernanke, an armory, an engineering bay, combat shields, and a barrack. So he has an expansion up and running, and he is in full production mode. With a command center going up for ATownStomp, an engineering bay, a factory is already producing siege tanks left and right. He's a little bit supply blocked, but that's just fixed now as he's got an SCV building 4 supply depots in a row. Creep spread coming out for StarKomrad. No sign of a third base though. And if we look at units again, he's only got 22 drones between the 2 bases. He lost probably a little bit in that attack, but neither of these players have saturated their either their main base or their expansion compared to 32 SCVs for Bernanke and Mules and 28 SCVs for ATownStomp. The Terrans are in lead in the worker count. Now we have Vikings coming out for Bernanke and a Thor. More barracks units coming out from ATownStomp with an armory going down. Looks like he will also be working his way to Thor Tech. 1 Marauder poking in here at Trollface, seeing what's up. The Colossus is done, so they have tipped their hand in terms of what technology is coming out. Roaches for StarKomrad. And it's a good thing Bernanke has those Vikings on the way because they will be able to slaughter that Colossus. Now siege tanks in the middle, Marauders and Marines. They're making short work of these roaches who are off creep and cannot get away in time. The Marauders slow. Concussive shells making them sitting ducks for the siege tanks. And about 3 roaches will escape. Bernanke's not able to snipe that last one before they retreat safely into spine crawler territory. Now we have a Colossus coming down, thinking twice about moving back up. This creep will continue to spread to the middle. As soon as one of those creep tuners is inside of a tank, though, that will be the end of it. This Expo's still not saturated for Trollface. Doesn't have either of his gases there. 1 spore colony back, spore crawler, mind you, back in the main for StarKomrad. Just a handful of drones at the Expo, a couple damaged units and a damaged spine crawler. More larvae being pumped here. Infestors now out on the field, which could be bad news for Bernanke and ATown's barracks units. Fungal growth them to keep them in place while Colossus just slaughters. And we have the high sect auto tracking upgrade for Bernanke. This is highly unusual, using that NG bay to kind of tighten up his defenses, make sure there's nothing getting through, both in the middle and on his base and natural. A-Town now getting both refineries up for his natural with the planetary fortress instead of the 2nd orbital command. They're continuing to pump tanks and marines. He has that armory up now, building a tech lab on his 2nd and 3rd factories, probably gearing up for Thor production. A couple Vikings scouting out the middle. They're going to get fungal growth, and then Bernanke will pull them back. It's not worth losing them at this point, especially when there's no Colossus to snipe. This Thor is sitting in the middle. Thor is here, just thorning around in the middle of a couple of siege tanks. Nice little position. Missile detector there in case there's any DT or bird roach play. And in these infestors, these roaches, not really in the numbers you would want. We look at StarKomrad. He's got 3 infestors, 3 roaches, and 6 zerglings. We are now 14 minutes in the game when Zerg should be on 3 bases and just pumping units. Not quite sure what's going on here. The Protoss is a little better. At least he has 3 Colossus and a couple Void Rays. Let's see. The Colossus range upgrade is done. He has not yet researched air weapons level 1 for his Void Rays. He has not researched anything in the Forge, which makes you wonder why he got it that early with no cannons still in the field and no upgrades coming from it. Now a Phoenix coming out. Looks like Trollface is gearing up to battle those Vikings in the air because he knows that his Zerg ally just has roaches and infestor and lings and will try to take care of the ground army along with his own Colossus. A medevac out now for Bernanke. Siege tanks firing warning shots from that scouting Zergling. Now up to 7 Vikings. We look in the production tab. 3 Thors coming out from A-Town. A little engagement here. Terran vehicles level 1 and infantry armor 1 coming up for Bernanke. Void Ray and another Stargate for Trollface. StarKomrad getting a couple Hydras and along with those Glial Reconstitution and Zerg Missile Attack level 1 upgrades. It's about time for someone to grab their 3rd base in this game, preferably the Zerg, but he still has not saturated his 2nd. Only 31 drones compared to Bernanke's 46 SCVs and ATownStomp's 40 SCVs. Even Trollface has 35 probes, not what you want to see from a macro Zerg player. Question is, where are those Thors from A-Town that are just rolling off the production line now? Not the best macro. He has Marines lounging around here with a Marauder. The rally points are not set up correctly. Not sure what's going on there. We have a Ghost Academy up for Bernanke. No nuke in it yet, but we could definitely see some EMP and nuke play. Perhaps on the Expos, forcing units to leave or forcing roaches into attacking the middle and then nuking their path. I'm still confused why these Thors and Marines and Marauders are sitting at Atwood's Natural. The only path to the base on the ground is through the middle, which they have locked down. You would like to see those Thors out there as the Protoss continues to build his air army now up to, how many he's got? He's got only 1 Void Ray, 1 Phoenix, so 2 Stargates though pumping out Void Rays, another Colossus. This Protoss is just in the high cost glass cannon unit production strategy. Hasn't saturated his natural, hasn't taken a 3rd. This could really catch up with him later if he loses all these units in one swift attack or he doesn't pick up a base soon. All these Overlords milling around here. You would like to see them spread out all over the map, scouting, dropping creep at Expos, preventing the 2 Terrans from getting a 3rd. Atwood, ATownStomp moving out now. Phoenix is going to scout this. The Phoenix might get picked up by all these Thors, and it goes down. And it looks like the 3rd base is going to go here for ATownStomp. Thor rolling off the production. He's going to bring an SCV out and build this right here instead of just flying one out. This is highly unusual and kind of risky, but if you're the 2 Terrans, you feel like you have the entire map pretty much locked down. There's no more creep spread. Everything they've sent out, whether it be Colossus or Phoenix, has been sniped down. A couple more Infestors rolling off the lines. Now we have a Infestor Roach Hydra Zergling mix here. Just a couple of Hydras though, so I'm not sure how effective this will be. If he misses the fungal on the Vikings, it might be GG for at least the Protoss. Now Atwood, ATownStomp guarding his new command center going up here. It's probably going to be another planetary. A couple Thors sitting at his natural. Bernanke now flying his 3rd. I thought the 3rd might go over here a little bit because he had an SCV, but it looks like that SCV is just watching for any kind of expo play from the Zerg. Command center will be flying up north, and Bernanke already has this all mapped out like a city planner. He's got a factory, a barracks, 2 refineries, and command center about to go up here, transferring SCVs ahead of time. And look at this army in the middle. Tons of Thors, tons of siege tanks, medevacs, Vikings, Marines, and Marauders. All you would like to see here is maybe a battle cruiser or 2 to complete the Terran Armada. These Lings, I'm not sure what they're doing, running around all over the place. They're going to get picked off by these siege tanks. They spot the Expo. They're going into ATownStomp's actions. Will these Thors, there's a drop coming in from the Overlord. Will these Thors be able to hold it? I don't know what these Thors are doing. They're not attacking. They're running around. It looks like they will be able to hold it. Minimal casualties as the Zerglings get held up on the Thors. Just fly medevac out there and he'll be able to heal up pretty much. The command center will stand. That is a failed drop from StarKomrad, who continues to turtle up with 6 spine crawlers in front of his natural. And